Dear friends, welcome. Have you ever noticed if you lost your name, body, and thoughts, what would still remain? Before we begin, let us pause for a moment. Right now, you are listening to these words. Thoughts may be moving, the body may be sitting or lying down, but there is something within you that is simply aware. Ramana Maharshi said that the most important question a human being can ask is not about the world, not about the future. It is a very simple question. Who am I? This video is not meant to give you beliefs. It is meant to gently guide your attention inward. Using the life and teachings of one of India's greatest spiritual guru, Sri Ramana Maharshi. You do not need to change anything. You only need to listen and notice. Let us begin. Ramana Maharshi was born in 1879 in a small village in South India. His birth name was Venkatraman. As a child, he was completely ordinary. He was not especially religious. He did not study philosophy or scriptures. He played, laughed, and lived like any other boy. But at the age of 16, something extraordinary happened, something that would change not only his life but the lives of millions around the world. One day, without any warning, he was suddenly overcome by a strong fear of death. There was no illness, no accident, just the clear feeling I'm going to die. Instead of panicking or calling for help, he did something very unusual. He lay down on the floor and began to observe the experience of dying. This moment would become the foundation of his entire teaching. As Venkatraman lay on the floor, he noticed that his body felt still. He imagined his body becoming stiff, cold, and lifeless. Then he asked himself silently, if the body is dying, who am I? He noticed something remarkable. The body appeared motionless, breath seemed to stop, but awareness remained. He realized the body may die, but I do not die. Then another insight arose naturally. This body is not I, thoughts are not I, even fear is not I. What remained was a pure sense of being, silent, clear, and untouched. This was not an intellectual idea, it was a great experience. Later, Raman Maharshi would say, the I is always there, only false identification is removed. After this experience, his fear of death disappeared forever. He never claimed to have gained something new. He said he only lost a false idea, the idea that he was the body. Soon after his awakening, Raman Maharshi felt drawn to Arunachala, a sacred hill in Tamil Nadu. He left home quietly and traveled alone. At Arunachala, he lived in caves, temples, and forests. He spoke very little. Sometimes he did not speak at all for years. People slowly gathered around him, not because he preached, but because his silence was powerful. Many visitors said that just sitting near him brought deep peace. Raman Maharshi taught without teaching. When people ask questions, he answers simply, often pointing them back to themselves. Raman Maharshi's main teaching is known as self inquiry. It is not about repeating words or controlling the mind. It begins with observing thoughts. Whenever a thought arises about the past, future, fear, or desire, Raman Maharshi suggested asking, to whom does this thought arise? The answer is simple, to me. Then ask gently, who am I? Not as a verbal question, but as a turning of attention. The purpose is not to find an answer in words. The purpose is to trace the feeling of I back to its source. Raman Maharshi explained that thoughts are like branches of a tree. If you focus only on the branches, they keep multiplying. But if you trace them back to the root, everything becomes still. That root is the sense of I. Raman Maharshi warned that effortful struggle creates more tension. Instead, he encouraged gentle attention. When a thought appears, you do not fight it, you simply notice this thought appeared to me. Then attention naturally turns inward. Over time, thoughts lose strength, not by force, but by lack of interest. Now let us do a short guided inquiry together. There is nothing to achieve, simply listen. Notice any thought that is present right now. Ask silently, to whom does this thought appear? The answer arises naturally, to me. Now gently turn attention toward this sense of me. Do not describe it, do not imagine it, just notice. If another thought arises, repeat the same process. Thoughts may come and go. You remain as the awareness. Stay here for a few seconds. Raman Maharshi often said, silence is the most powerful teaching. Many visitors came to him with complex questions. Sometimes he answered, sometimes he remained silent. Yet people reported that their doubts dissolved without words. He explained that truth is not always transmitted through speech. Silence speaks directly to the heart. Even now, decades after his passing, many feel his presence simply by remembering him. Raman Maharshi regarded Arunachala not as a symbol but as a living presence. He said Arunachala is the self. For those who found self inquiry difficult, he offered another path, surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up responsibility, it means letting go of the belief that you are the doer. When effort drops, grace operates. Inquiry and surrender are not opposites, they meet at the same place, stillness. Raman Maharshi's teaching is not limited to meditation, it can be practiced while walking, working, or even while speaking. Whenever stress arises, ask to whom does this arise? Life continues, our duties continue, but inwardly there is space. Raman Maharshi lived in a very simple life, even while being revered by scholars and saints. He showed that liberation does not require escaping the world, it requires seeing clearly. As this video comes to a close, let us return to the original question. Before thoughts, before identity, before name and story, who are you? Do not answer, just remain quiet. Raman Maharshi did not ask you to believe anything. He invited you to look. That invitation remains open right now. If this teaching resonated with you, take a few moments of silence after the video ends. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's explore more timeless spiritual teachings that work in modern life, narrated by me, Krisha. Thank you for listening.